it's Yasmin and this is my second video. I hope you enjoyed the first one, and this is going to be expansion flow. It's my second day of quarantine and I am feeling a little bit claustrophobic and a bit constricted, to be honest, and I'm sure everyone else is as well. So this flow is going to be about, stretching out in the space that we've got and just having a moment to breathe. A little side note, if anything feels too much, is too much of an intense stretch or hurts and is uncomfortable, then you're more than welcome to obviously stop or take any poses by just bending your knees. So the forward fold, you could just bend your knees or anything like that. Or if it's too much, then you can just come back to child's pose, just like this. And take a couple of breaths there, just to relax, and then join back in when you want to. So let's get started. We're going to start sitting on our knees, just like this. And we're just going to roll our head and our shoulders. So we're going to take our right side of our head to our right ear, just like this. And then stretch forward, all the way around. So you're looking down, then to the side, and back up to centre. And then to the other side, stretching to the left, forward, round, all the way around, and back to centre. Now you're going to go again in your own time. This stretch is great for any shoulder tension when you're nervous. This happens, and that is not what you want. You want to try and feel as relaxed as possible. So you're going to go again, in to the side, to the corner, folding forward, to the side, over and back up, and to the other side, stretching up and over, thinking that long length, to the corner, looking down at the ground, to the side, a nice stretch and back up. Now we're going to bring our shoulders up and back, and one more time, breathing in, up and back, feeling a nice weight in your shoulders, maybe just give them a little wiggle out, feeling a nice weight in your arms. You should feel a nice long lengthened neck. And next we're going to do a cat-cow, but sitting up. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your chest up and forward like this, creating an arch in your back, looking up, and then as you exhale, you're going to curve your spine, curving forward. So I'll show you from the side one more time. So what's going to happen is you're going to pull your chest up and forward, maybe use your hands to help you pull forward and create a better arch. You're going to come through, looking up, high release, and as you exhale, you're going to curve your spine, pushing into your hands like this to help you get a better curve. And one more time, inhale, pulling through, making an arch. As you exhale, you curve. And one more time, inhale, and exhale as you curve. One more time, breathing in, arching your back, and exhale, curving your back. Now come to the front, so centering up. So what you're going to do, you're going to place your right hand on the floor, stretch your left arm overhead, put your leg out and lift your hips to create a nice long expansive stretch, and coming back to the centre. So you're placing your left hand down, your right leg out, bring your right arm up and overhead and stretch your hips up to the sky, feeling a nice two-way pull from the top of your arms to the bottom of your feet, feeling a stretch. Breathe in here and exhale back to centre. We're going to go one more time. So placing your arm down, your leg out, hips up and stretch. Feel the space and coming back through. And to the other side, arm down, leg out, hips up, stretching wide. This is such a lovely stretch. It makes me feel a lot less claustrophobic. So nice just to move in the space. I think we'll go one more time. Leg out, stretch. Really push those hips up, feel like someone's pulling you up. Stretching. Maybe even look to your hand and come back. And one more time, placing that arm, making sure your hands are spread so you've got a nice firm base. Leg out, hips up high and stretch. Breathing in and exhaling to bring you back to centre. Now all you're going to do here, I'll just come to the side, is you're going to tuck your toes under and plant your hands on the ground, push yourself back and slowly roll up through your spine, coming to the top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So we're going to bring our hands up to the sky, gaze our thumbs, bring your hands into prayer position through the heart centre and folding forward. You have an option here to bend your knees as you fold forward, Then you're going to lengthen your spine to the top and forward fold. You're going to step your legs out to plank. Take a breath here, just as a little challenge. You want to feel like you're being pulled upwards, not sagging. Exhale. One more breath, breathing in. As you exhale, you're going to lower your knees and you're going to push back to child's pose. This pose is great for relaxation. Stretch your hands out and pull back. You want to feel your hips sinking to your heels and weight in the back. Breathing in one more time and exhaling. Now we're going to come back to tabletop position, tuck your toes and push up with your hips to downward facing dog. Take just a couple of breaths just to stretch out here. Maybe just stay still, just pushing into your heels, pushing into your shoulders, getting a nice deeper stretch. You can also just bend your knees here and push back if it's too much of a stretch in the legs. Then you're going to slowly walk back your feet to meet your hands and roll up through the spine, slowly lengthening, going through every vertebra. And we're going to go one more time, so hands coming up to the sky, pulling them down in prayer position through heart center and folding forward. Letting your body be heavy and hang, feeling your crown come to the earth, lengthening forward. And exhale, feeling heavy as you sink to the ground again. Stepping back to plank, taking another breath here, breathing in. You want to arch your back a little bit, dome your back even. And exhale. One more moment of this, breathe in. As you exhale, let your knees come down. Now we're going to do a wide-legged child's pose. You're going to bring your knees out and bring your toes together. And you're just going to slowly push back. You can rock a little bit from side to side, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can let your forehead come to the ground and roll your head side to side, just a little bit, giving you a lovely little forehead massage. You can stretch your arms out and push back and feel a nice stretch. You're going to breathe in here and breathe out. Breathing in and exhaling. Feeling your body really relax into the ground. We're going to slowly push up and walk our hands in, walk our knees in. We're going to come back up to downward facing dog, hips high, pushing back into the feet. And we're going to walk our feet back to our hands. And roll up through the spine, taking your time if you need a little breath here. So we're going to go again, but we're going to change the flow this time. So our arms are going to come up, overhead, pull it through heart center, and forward fold. Lengthening forward, halfway lift. Exhaling, plant your hands to the ground, a nice firm base. Step your feet back into plank position. Drop your knees. And then you're just going to come back to child pose for one moment. Come back to tabletop, push back up to downward facing dog. You're going to lift your left leg to bring you to three-legged dog. You're going to bring it through, squeezing in, and plant your foot in between your hands. As you rise up, you're going to plant your back heel into the ground, keeping your foot turned in and your whole foot on the floor. You're going to bring your hands out like this, and this is warrior two. Take a breath here, and exhale. One more breath, breathing in, and exhale. Then you're going to bring your both feet to face the front, and turn your heels in just a little bit, whatever feels comfortable. So you want to have a nice little bit of turnout here. You're going to bring your hands up to the sky, and you're going to bend your knees and come down to goddess pose. And as you straighten up, your arms are going to come out, and you're going to make a star shape and feel this nice expansion in the space. Coming back down to goddess pose, and then expanding out. If you're feeling a little bit claustrophobic, feel your arms stretched in the space, and come back down. And as you come up, this time your hands are going to come back out to straight. You're going to turn your front foot forward and turn your back foot in, back to warrior pose. You might want to step this foot a little bit back just to readjust. and back in warrior two. Take a breath here. Look past your hand and exhale. And you're going to cartwheel your hands down to the ground and come back to plank position. Lowering your knees, taking child's pose. Coming back to tabletop. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here, and we're going to have a nice good stretch. Then you're going to look forward and you're going to walk your feet to your hands, rolling up through your spine. Now we're going to do a little half turn to face the other way and start again. So our hands come up, overhead. We pull our hands through heart centre and forward fold. Not forgetting you can bend your knees here if this is more comfortable. Lengthening forward, halfway lift, and exhale as we fold to the ground. Going to step our hands out to the ground, step our feet back to plank, lower our knees, and a nice child's pose. One breath here, breathing in, coming back to tabletop. We're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. This time, you're going to lift your right leg into three-legged dog. Bring it through, and step your hands, step your foot even between your hands. You're going to press your heel into the ground. You're going to rise up and have your hands nice and long, stretch through the space in warrior two. Take a breath here, and exhale. One more breath, breathing in, looking past your hand, and exhale. Then we're going to repeat what we just did, bringing your feet in, and then turning your heels in a little bit. So you've got a nice bit of turn out, whatever feels comfortable for you. Now when you lower down, you want to make sure that your knees aren't coming in or coming too far out. They want to just be making a nice line with your big toe, just coming through, nice lovely alignment. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise our hands up above your head as we lower into goddess pose. Then we stretch out, expanding, and coming back, lowering to goddess pose. And one more time, really feel a lovely big stretch, just releasing any negative energy and coming back into goddess pose, feeling strong in this position. Then as we come out, we're going to straighten our arms back, make sure our front foot is straight, turning in our back leg again, coming to warrior two. Now you might want to readjust a little bit just by stepping this foot back a little bit and feeling warrior two. Breathing in, exhale. One more breath in here. Breathing in, and we're going to cartwheel our arms back down to plank position. We're going to lower our knees and send it back to child's pose. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just slide our legs to the side and come to a seated position. And all we're going to do is we're going to slowly roll down. Once you're completely flat on the ground, you're going to bring your right leg in to your chest and just give it a couple of little circles. Circling inwards and then circling outwards. There should be a nice little stretch, a little massage for your hip and your hip flexor. You're going to let this leg go back out and you're going to bring in your left. Bring it into your chest, interlacing your fingers and pulling it in just to feel where it feels comfortable. Then do a couple of circles in, feeling a nice massage in the hip flexors. Again, people say that we store emotion in our hips. This is perfect to release. And going outwards. And then putting your leg back out to the ground. Now we're just going to put our legs a little bit wider and stretch our arms in a nice little star position. And just take a couple of breaths here. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling the space pass our fingers, pass our toes. No matter how claustrophobic we feel, there is space and there is breath. Take this time just to feel calm and relaxed. Breathing in and exhaling. Feel the space all around you. Now as you lay there, I'm just going to talk you through a little relaxation again. So feeling all the lines of expression leave your face and your head feel heavy into the earth. Breathing in and exhaling with a sigh. Just letting this audible breath out, letting all your tension go. Breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in, think about your arms outstretched and the space passing them, and exhale. Breathing in again, feeling your legs stretched out in the space, feeling like there is space, and exhaling. Taking one more breath in, feeling your whole body in the space, feeling the air pass around you, and exhale. One more breath, breathing in positivity and breathing in light. Exhaling, letting all the negative energy go. Now take a moment to maybe think of one thing you're grateful for. Think of something funny that's happened. Think of someone that you love. Think of something that's good that's going to happen. Taking one more breath. And exhale. Now, as you're lying here now, you're just going to slowly bring your legs in a little bit. Bring your arms in and just roll to one side. Here you're going to take one breath and breathe out. And you're slowly going to walk your hands up to bring you back to a cross-legged position or however's comfy for you. And take one final breath in and exhale. I hope you feel a little bit more calm after doing this, feel a little bit grounded, used your core and had a tiny little workout as well. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any comments, let me know. Thank you.